Greg. Mike. Two bandits. Watching Bluey.
This episode is called The Sign.
Ooh, what up, party people, and welcome
Oh my gosh.
to episode, and bear with me here,
hang on.
153, part 1.
153 part 1.
153 part 1, you'll see what we mean in a second, of Two Bandits Watching Bluey.
153, holy God. Well,
I'm
is
your
it
good pal, Greg Painter, and with me,
Yes.
he's the Mikeinator, he's the Mike like a ding dong, or he's just simply
I go my Mike Martin, man. What's up?
my guy.
Now, can it like slide in with 152 into 153 right now?
Sure.
Just kind of slightly.
This
is reaction mode, folks.
This is a very special episode. As you know, your
Folks.
boys, the Two Bandits, like going in order. Unless
we
you
do.
have a special guest who wants
Yes.
to shake things up a bit.
But we wanted to shake things up a bit.
Because my dude,
My dudes
we
and
just
dudettes.
finished, like no joke, it is currently local time, 1 p.m. in beautiful, sunny Syracuse, New York.
So it's been live for about 8 hours?
I watched this at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So I'm on like 3-4 hours, and then I watched it again at 11.
Sure.
My tears are still
What are we talking
fresh
about right
on
now?
my cheek. We're talking about The Sign.
Yes,
28-minute Bluey special episode.
Oh, you sneaky
This-
animators, musicians, voice actors,
I
storytellers.
almost think when it's bracket o'clock,
'Kay.
we just have to put this. This
That's
one
not
just
allowed.
goes on like God tier, and it's not in the bracket. It's already won.
That's not allowed.
My heart and soul, because
It's-
this is cinema. This was beautiful.
This is we're
On
going to try
every
to do this as more of a reaction versus a full deep dive into every little tidbit of the episode, because there's so many tidbits in this episode, but we have so many tidbits we want to talk about about it.
So again, part 1 and 2. Part 2 is not coming next week, friends. Part 2 is probably coming in about 6 months when we're in actual factual numerical order.
Yeah, next week is
Next week we're taking,
housework.
We're doing some housework and calming down some.
because to take 5 minutes before you can have the intro slide that says this episode's called The Sign.
Guy.
Like, here we are. That's why I mean it's a reaction video, because it's not a reaction video. We're not a visual medium. But yeah.
It is a reaction audio, but we still have business to do. And no,
No way.
after a couple hours,
No way.
what Wiki Bluey has to say about this episode. And I'm curious to see in 6 months. I bet this involves slightly from what I'm about to say.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
What's at The Sign?
The Healer home is up for sale, and Bluey's not happy about it. The end.
Josh.
Yeah.
No way.
Like I said, this is like probably, like I said, Freshy McFresherson. I'm curious to see how that changes.
So, we'll do Ghost Baskets also. Ghost Baskets is great. It brings back the grannies. It's fantastic.
This is definitely
And-
our first ever official. And I'm gonna not to drop you off.
Do it.
I feel
You're
like
good.
this is part 3 of a trilogy right now.
Yes.
Because part 1 is Stickbird.
Yes.
Part 1 is Stickbird, because I put money now that is where Bandit's head was. Bandit was either struggling with the idea of getting a new job, or his job was lost for whatever reason, or something, and he was
Conspiracy
in his
theory
head.
board is there.
And-
it's all there. Where do you want it to go? It's there. I agree. Yes.
And then it jumps to, as you're saying, Ghost Basket with that shocking end twist
Right.
of
Which could have just been a Granny's
for
episode.
sale sign. Yeah.
It could have been Bus or Taxi or whatever, the one that had the
We
girls.
got ourselves a cliffhanger.
And now it's like,
in Bluey.
oh, but wait. Like,
Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to do this, but sure, why not? I'm going to share. It's Greg's sharing corner. This
Greg's sharing
episode
corner.
hit me real super hard.
Yeah.
Because I not to give too much personal life details, but
We're
I'm
human
in
beings.
a very similar
They're human
situation
beings.
right now with my work and potentially having to move for work.
Yeah.
And kind of liking it here and not knowing what to do. So this was a very personal episode for me.
Greg got the feels, folks.
I cried I made a cry counter because
Hey,
why not?
you made a
I
cry
cried
counter?
7 times in this episode.
clicks.
There's usually
Oh.
7 minutes. I had 7 straight up tear moments.
Dude,
This was beautiful.
when I texted you this morning, I said we rewound the episode at least 10 times, and that's not an exaggeration. Because there's the feel moments, because I saw Carrie just welling up at so many moments in the episode, and there's moments where it's just like, rewind it though, that was hilariously awesome. So I think they are. I mean, I think I've seen interviews here and there, but I haven't actually watched them or read any of the articles saying that they're prepping to do a full cinema. Like they're prepping to do a full movie. And if this is the case,
if they can get, because I was not gonna lie, I was a little apprehensive. Like, this is a 7-minute show. How can they do 28? This was just
felt like 2 seconds.
And we're just saying a lot of really good adjectives of great and awesome. I want to talk. I see you've got a good list of things that you loved here.
Yes.
We are not going to do our favorite things today. We're going to save that for part 2. But we might have a little surprise for you guys.
Oh, I like that.
Later in the episode. But just some things that I really liked. And we're going to start off one thing, because I'm me, and I've got to still be me. Who in their right mind hosts a wedding at the house that they are trying to sell? That feels like the biggest stressor in the history of the world. We got Uncle Stripe with his lavish poolside manor, and we're going to be doing
probably
this
in Bali.
in the healer's backyard. They just installed new grass in a koi pond. That's so much harshness on the ground. And again, you're trying to sell this beast.
Woo! Oh. So, I mean, you want side-by-side vibes here. Cool. Something happens. Well, we'll wait till they get to that part of the episode.
Well, before we get, you're pausing, so I'm going to say another thing that I can deal with that.
Go ahead.
They're bringing back Bucky after Dragons, and then all of it, Bandito, Bannerama Ding Dong. No,
he is the lamest real estate agent I have ever met, and I kind of
Elise Keenan or bust.
I mean, I'm looking at this beautiful drawing of the old granny from Granny Mobile that was sent to us. I think he might be my least favorite character in Bluey, because he's such a ham salesperson. Oh, gosh.
I will say, I have
I can't with him.
shout out to my pal Mark. I'm going to leave it just at Mark. I have a realtor friend named Mark who gave me a lot of Bucky vibes. Just a very over-the-top goofball ham it up.
What up, Gregonomics?
That's my dude. Mark is my dude. So I was okay with Bucky. I found him enjoyable.
were?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
My kids also hated him, but not because of his attitude, because he was the mean one who said you don't draw cars good. But I just love, that's give that a 4th episode that ties to this one.
Sure.
It's just ridiculous. And then another thing, and I'll let you eventually talk.
No, you're good. We're good. We're good. This is the
Dogs.
We don't have a time limit on today's episode, folks.
The dogs with no eyes. That just some of those small things that just
the beauty of a dog show. There, we're just like, how do they see? Well, they just have to move things through the. This is like I said, we've only watched it once, maybe twice. They just have to move the slits, or they have to move the bushes, move their.
Got to do a quick shout out to it. It comes at the very end of the episode, but the big reveal, our hammer bro, Brendan, he was sheepdog number 2 in the credits.
Shut up.
Yeah. So sheepdog number 2, Brendan, good for you. That was beauteous.
What?
Yeah.
My dude!
Hammer Barn Project. We've done a couple episodes with you guys. Shout out, kudos.
No
Maybe
way.
season 4 will be our turn.
I said it when I was watching it, and I knew that this was recorded. Like the episode was animated way back when. I'm like, Carrie, let's look for a 2BWB somewhere in the fridge. Let's look in the fridge. And it's not gonna be the case. It's not gonna be the case, and I know
did
that.
A quick pause at the wedding because there was a dog that kind of looked like a beagle and a dog that kind of looked a little shaggy.
I told Carrie to look
And I
for
was
a
like,
Dapper hat.
whoa.
I was like, look for the
I
hat.
paused and I rewound. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's a lady dog, and I'm pretty sure that's the old man at the corner dog.
There's 28 minutes that have happened in this, and so it's we can save things for when we do the actual talk about the episodes. That's fine.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Why do stories have happy endings?
I think that we still need to ask the 3 questions at this episode. Do
You
you
do?
have do you have the answers to yours?
I do have. I have my initial answers.
I think that initial
and we'll see if
answers
they
are gonna be
change
fun.
a couple months. Okay, cool.
Because that Calypso moment crushes it. And this is the first time you get lyrics in a Bluey episode. There's music and there's lyrics, and Meg
that
freaking
she
rocks it.
Killed it.
It was
Oh my goodness.
so
Because
so,
she I feel like that wasn't meant for us to interpret as Calypso singing. That was just Washington singing.
yes, exactly.
It was so good. But just the story of the farmer,
We'll see.
that was
Good news.
we'll
see.
see.
Bad news.
So
We'll see. Very stoic. It's a great. It's a killer mindset to have in general
In
because
life.
all
'Cause
you
don't know.
you react to something. You can't affect what happens around you, but you can respond how you feel about those moments, and that's all you can do.
I don't
You
love.
can't control everything else.
I don't always love the everything happens for a reason line.
Sure,
We'll see though. I like that a lot.
that's the way to think.
I
'Cause
like that a lot.
everything doesn't happen for a reason. Everything just happens, and that's how the world is, man.
That was my first cry. Like when Calypso says everything will work out, and
Yeah.
Bluey's just like breaking. Is like, ugh.
But Bluey doesn't have that right mindset right away.
No, good news. We're not moving.
You ain't selling the house, dogs.
Don't make us move.
So, and this is where when we talk about the episode in 6 months, it's gonna be great. But this is initial reactions of what's the dog's name or what's the horse's name? Midnight.
Oh, that because we watched this as a family 4-pack. Me, Miss Beth, Emily, and Olivia, and Beth is I think I've said this on here. She's a teacher, and she very much was like, "This is how kids would react to this story." So, what's the dog's name? What happens here? Is that it?
But it comes up later too, which is so great. But you get stories about the other kids that are having like a bad time. This is what's going on with. I mean, it gets to the grand finale. Fantastic. Winton's dad.
Yeah.
Of just.
Our mom likes your dad.
Yeah, my mom doesn't love my dad anymore, and he's lonely. And then, I love it because A Terrier, they don't have names. They have names, but they don't. And he says, "Our mom loves your dad. Like our mom likes." He doesn't say my mom does. He's got a group. He's like, "Our mom likes your dad." And she's like, "Oh."
Then Bluey drops that bomb. Whew.
Moving away.
Forever. And
never
I'll
gonna
never
see
see any of you ever again.
And they all howl. They howl. It's so cute. It's so cute. You really like the real estate agent. Okay.
I do.
Banditas.
Again,
What's up?
I'm not sure if you've seen.
Skillet?
I'm showing like my notes. My notes are usually paragraphs. I've got like 2-3 words. It's gonna be all. Again, this is why it's a part 1 and 2. We got to give it its full. This is the most.
I don't have things.
One thing when poor Bluey was sad in bed.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you scan over to Bingo. Again, this is. I feel like the people who do Bluey have cameras in my house. But between the fact that almost everything that happens in this other, outside of planning a wedding in my backyard, has basically been my last 3-4 months. But then we go to the beds, and Olivia and Bingo have about the same number of stuffed animals in their beds because Bingo is buried alive.
To walk away from Chili in that moment, and you just see the mountain. That was such a pause and rewind moment for us because
also just
Bingo is just swamped.
And Bingo's not getting it. I want to sell our house. That'll be great. And I would just like, it's gonna hit, and I don't know when, but it's gonna hit.
No, it's not gonna hit. She's just living her life, man. It's all good.
If you are a part of our Patreon, you will know that I made a comment about this, but Miss Beth also said that is officially a moon gate, which you are supposed to pass through for the arch that kind of looks like Kenny Omega's symbol.
For a wedding?
For the wedding. That is called a moon gate. It's what we saw in Bermuda there. And they are supposed to be like good luck and prosperity and wealth. And if you pass through it as a couple as you're getting married, it should mean a long and joyous marriage.
We'll see.
So there. I guess we will.
There we go. Okay.
There's some trouble
really
in
quick,
paradise.
Really quick, but it's something you don't see a lot with Bandit and Chili. You do see it, especially in this episode, with Stripe and Tricks. And you see it with Rad and Frixie. Frisky. Thank you. People argue, and it's okay. It's okay, but
that should have been an earlier conversation, though.
Well, with them, yes. I think what you see in this situation is you see Stripe arguing with his spouse, and I can't figure out Frisky and Trixie. I don't know why they made it difficult on me.
Lie, in the special thing that we have coming a little bit later that I've teased twice now, there might have been recorded a few times because Trix and Fricks were
It's always right there, man. It's not fair. But you see, Stripe has the ability with
he wants gone.
Stripe can chat though, and they can resolve. And this is where Rad and
Trixie needs me. No, I don't. Trixie's telling me I'm right here.
It's oh my gosh, that moment where it pans slightly, you're just like, oh, she's calling me. She's like, no, I'm not. I'm right here. But there are going to be domestics and arguments and discussions that make a relationship better. It makes a relationship stronger because you have differences, and it shows very well in this episode because we haven't even gotten to
seeing people get seeing Hugh Dogs get like Frisky comes out. I'll help you take the sign out because that's again the kid thought of if the sign goes away, this is problem solved.
That's not how that works.
Can't happen. There was never a sign in our yard. I don't think. No, there was. We didn't get a picture with the sign. Big tear down the side of my face.
There you go. There was a time that we lived at the house that we're living in right now, and we were renting it at the time, and they put the sign in front of it, and they had to show the house while we were still living here. When we were we weren't owners of it, and it was the most difficult thing because I had to take there was no kiddo. It was just my doggo. And I would just have to go for a drive while they showed the house. And it was the most awkward thing in the entire world. It's just, that's it. That's the end of that moment existing. So
no, thank you.
The moving house vibes says, so why do that when you have Terrier's mom in the world? Dang it.
Frisky being able to be... Frisky is one of the most multi-dimensioned characters in Bluey for having 2.5 episodes. Like she's
quick to respond, man.
Oh my goodness. She goes to help out with the sign.
Jeremy.
And we get she's so nice. Don't tell me how to feel.
Boom. And all the kids go,
Jeremy.
Oh. All the kids just be like, oh, she's yep.
Wedding off.
That's
again, she's fiery.
With her little she does have a license plate. She does have a license plate that has her name on it. It does say Frisky on the license plate. So she's proud of who she is as a person. Oh, is it? Does she go too far?
She calls up a wedding. They're going to have a very chaotic relationship. I think Rad's going to have to be good at compromise. He's going to have to learn to do this better, as he says.
As he does.
Also?
Yes.
Na, 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 na. Cat Squad.
Dude. When Stripe does it at first, I'm like, classic Stripe. And then Bandit shows in. And in my head, I think that's Bandit and Stripe watching Bluey. They come walking in going, do-do-do-do-do-do, but they can't do that. So they're going in and going, Cat Squad. And they both have that, like, their game recognized game. That's it. Oh my gosh. Game recognized game in that moment. It's so fire.
Front row Bluey. I can't believe I didn't notice that in the trailer that she was in front row, and that's why they were getting pulled over by the coppers.
Yeah. Chilly Googling it.
Of course she did.
Like a champ. Like 4 or older in Queensland, you can have them in the front seat if the back seat is full. Boom. And she pulls and she shows the cop her phone. Yeah. And just like, no.
Probably should have known that.
That's Man, do we do our least favorite character of the episode then?
No.
Okay, fine.
We'll see how we grow as people. Because we for season 3 first episode, we've done 2 parts because we didn't watch it.
Yeah, of course not. Never, ever.
Watermelon hats on that profile picture.
When Rad calls her.
Oh.
Like,
I don't know the story, but it seems like it was a fun story.
He's a healer.
All 3 of them are wearing it. It's like focused on Rad in that picture, but you can see Bandit on the side and Stripe.
They're healers. That's who they are. It's so good. And it's like I said, I think it's a young couple getting married right now, and they're gonna learn things about each other and have differences about things. And this is one of their there's been a time in our life where, my wife threw a jersey out the window or off the balcony saying, "Oh, this is the most annoying thing ever." And it was just, we argued when we were Young Bucks.
That's
And,
crazy. Me and my wife have never argued about anything ever.
well, then you're not a red and Frisky Trisky. I don't know what. Or Stripe and the other one, because Stripe is the one that blows the. You're gonna move
Yeah.
with them, right?
You guys are going west, right?
Right? Who told you?
Whoops.
Not
rad.
not rad. He's like, I gotta go. She's calling me. No, I'm not. Like, Stripe flubbed it, and there's a moment that happens later on that they're chatting, and you can see Stripe arguing with it's Trixie, right? Yes. And you can see like the talking to happening there. Where he's like, "Oh, I flubbed it. I know." And she's got like the angry eyes, just like, "Dude, why'd you do that? Come on, man."
I love the short. Well, sure, it's probably long enough to be an entire normal episode, but the few minutes that we get where we get a full direct callback time after time to "We'll see." We spilled the watermelon juice, so we have to pull over. Oh, but now we're able to.
Police.
Yeah. Now we've got Flappy, the butterfly. It's in the car. Oh no!
Dude,
But now we see the sign and we know what to
Okay.
do.
Longest episode ever. Don't care. The interaction that happens at the juice bar, and Trixie walks behind them.
Frisky.
I've
Dude.
given up. It's okay. Frisky is first. Okay. Frisky's walking behind them, going to her car because they're looking for the blue bug car, and they're like, "We want watermelon juice." And you just see it happen. You're like, "Oh!"
And you think that's bad. They missed it. We'll see.
We'll see.
Because if they met there, Rad wouldn't have found him then. Everything would have been different.
And then you got to bring in the butterfly, Flappy, Bobo. By the way,
Bobo.
excuse me, but we need a game recognized game. Does your car have a name? It's okay if it doesn't.
I don't think it does. Our
doesn't.
old car did. We see every day, but
What was it?
It was Becca.
Becca. There
Yeah.
you go. I got Carl.
Aw.
I drive Carl.
Oh, car with an L.
Carl.
Look at
Yeah,
you.
Coral. He's
Coral.
pretty injured. And then Carrie drives Natalie.
Uh-huh.
So Bobo, come on. Muffin is great in this episode, and I don't know what my decision is going to be 6 months down the line, but Muffin is she's maturing very
Well, again, this is a very special episode. We have people to say things later. Are you going to call out your favorite character right now?
Where I was going to say it was going to be Muffin.
Or is that what you're about to say?
I don't know
Gotta
yet.
put
I
your-
still don't know. I still don't know, man.
Well, then since we're going to have something special in a little bit,
Yes.
I'm going to tell you my favorite thing right now.
Oh.
Because it's just about to happen. Frisky and I here came to think.
Bro,
Dude, they weren't thinking.
Carrie and I rewound it and laughed like 5 times.
I think
they came
they were
out
doing
to
something a little bit more adult than thinking. It might
Think.
be thinking with a D.
We just
It
think
might be some other recreational activity.
they're
But it weren't thinking.
herbology may have happened, and we thought a lot.
Again, this is a show, air quotes, for preschool
Not
age
anymore.
children. This is just,
It's not anymore.
this isn't a show for adults that kids can watch too. Full stop. That was my favorite thing.
Wow.
If you get to your favorite thing, just feel free to shout it out at any point.
We're not there yet.
We're not.
It's
there.
okay then. See, I'll give the favorite character at the end, but favorite thing has to wait until it happens. So
Binoculars.
binoculars. I love how much Socks also has matured. She's
Oh, yeah.
she talks so much in this episode because
Well, she was the guard. If grown-ups show up, bark twice.
The 2 barks.
Yeah.
Gosh, there's a moment that Bingo. This is not just a full recap of the episode. That's the end. It's just we're gonna bounce everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Bingo uses her big girl bark
Oh.
midway through. She barks at somebody like 4 times, where she's like no,
Oh, that's right. Yes.
and she gets up and like she uses her big girl bark like a back up. I don't remember what moment it was, and it's okay if you hear it in your head. That's what it was. But also with Socks, she's learning just like adult.
Yeah.
2 barks. Arf, arf. It just and when she's waiting for the cars to go by, where she's like, not a blue car, not a blue car, not a blue car. Like it's go time. She has to go to the bathroom.
Cry number 2 is we're Blue snuggling up with Frisky, tell Mom not to make us leave, and Chili being like, I don't want to leave. you took your first steps in this house. Like that, like,
Yeah, dog.
like just, because that, again, I'm living this right now. That brought me back to all of the things because we've only lived in this house with a family, like as a family 4-pack. This is where we've been.
When they're smart
Where
about
they been?
the montage that happens after with the wedding, but also the just sitting around the house looking at things, that you can't, that's a personal feeling of just take a mental photo, click, and here we are, and Chili standing at the kitchen sink where she sees Bluey taking the first steps, like.
And it's a jump.
Folks.
It's a jump ahead. But if we're there right now,
I don't even know.
heartbreak o'clock. I don't want no.
I don't have
what
so much
my-
left, to
my
be honest
cry,
with you, 'cause
I don't know what my
there's-
cry counter would be up to, but Bingo finally realizing what's going on.
Oh,
it's like just 'cause
selling
we
the
sold
house?
means we have to leave, and then just
No!
I think from that point to the end of the episode, I was just a stream of cries. I just couldn't stop myself.
So I don't know what they put into it when it came to, because when we talk about the episode, we're gonna do like the full digest. Because right now, you got a couple watches through in our heads.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah,
Brittany's pregnant.
that's what I mean. There's so. Where have you been?
Hey, Bob was in India.
He's been in India. What were you doing? He was just in India finding himself.
The busker's the DJ.
What do you mean? What do you mean you were finding yourself?
You're right
here.
And then just him being like, huh? Ah, man. Like, just.
Brandy's Prego. Joff Bush is DJing, and he was the officiant.
Oh, he was?
Yes.
I missed that part.
So, like,
That's some double duty in.
Sorry, Rad, you showing up just like hopping over into the cool little area where she's waiting, and
Rad does.
she's thinking about things and all that. He's like, been here the whole time, like just being
rad. Lucky coin.
We didn't even talk about the lucky coin at all. Dude.
Again, we'll see. That coin's lucky. We'll see. It's stuck.
Because they're getting the watermelon juice in that moment too.
Yeah.
So they're there to find Frisky. Got it. And Bluey's like, oh, a coin. And so they all walk up to the coin, and Frisky walks out and goes to her car to get the coin that goes into the binoculars.
I'm going to shout it
And
out now,
then-
too, because after the binoculars, after it gets stuck, and I was like, oh, was it just to give them time to pause so Rad can have his moment?
Of course it wasn't. It's Ludo
course it wasn't.
Studios, dude.
Because my favorite character, at least for the first watch through, Sheepdog number 2, I'm just giving it to Brendan. Shout out. Proud of you. Happy for you. That has to be the coolest thing in the world. If we're really
wanted
good,
we wanted a
well-behaved
pool.
Americans, maybe 4th season will show up. But Brandon, way to go.
We
Hammer
wanted
Bar
a
Project,
pool.
We love you.
He looks through it. He finds a house with a pool.
Guess whose house?
Pool predictions, baby!
Is that your favorite thing?
No, it's not.
I've already thrown out my character and my.
We're going. My favorite character is Bingo.
Your favorite
I'm just
Bingo?
gonna throw out there because there's so many characters happening right now. Bingo's laissez-faire mindset of just she is the we'll see. She is the we'll see.
It's the lazy, but it was also she's 4.
Yeah.
She doesn't get what this all means.
Oh, selling the house.
And her heart breaks the hardest.
When she tries to move the sign.
And don't even, Mike.
Sorry, dude. It's how this episode works. When she goes out to move the sign and tries so hard by herself. By herself. She's like, no, we're not moving. We're moving this sign. We are moving the sign right now. Go get him, Bingo. Where were we? Something with watermelon juice. What
I
was,
didn't tell you.
the lucky coin.
Yes.
Because they wanted the watermelon juice, so they got the lucky coin. The lucky coin was full circle because it's in the thing where you can see the binoculars. Shout out Hammer Bros is where we were. Cool. Which was great because Muffin really wanted the coin out.
tell ya.
But the coin was full circle because it's a lucky coin
And
that
we're
she
not
found.
moving
And
anymore.
ignored the moment, like it ignored the thing that they were looking for. Because Frisky walked by.
Yeah.
And, a lucky coin. It must mean good things. A happy ending.
I am concerned how fast the Terrier Mom and Winton's dad are moving. That's fast. We're moving in together already.
Bold prediction. Nailed it, us. Winton's dad is getting hitched. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to share his
Love
sausage
it.
sandwiches.
Aw.
Oh, my gosh. Not my favorite thing.
Cry note. I'm trying to go through all my cry moments.
We got
Cry moment
this.
number 3.
Yeah, okay.
What if we're making a mistake? Then we'll make it together. Oh,
Oh,
I barely could even
dude.
get that out of my throat there. Oh,
It's
just that's a perfect couple.
and the handhold.
Yeah.
Where it's just, if you find a relationship like that in your life, hold on to it.
Whew.
And the way that she says it with confidence and just like, let's jump off the cliff. We've got this. You and me,
Insane.
here we go. And and she was trusting him. She's trusting him in that moment where she's like,
Because she doesn't know
What
what
a-
the right answer is.
yeah.
But I'm gonna trust we'll done
see.
this together, and exactly. Thank God
Oh,
they keep me from crying the entire time because Uncle Stripe getting found in Wendy's bushes.
what? Favorite thing? Woo! What day is it? My dude rocking a bow tie, crawling out, just saying, what day is it? And Wendy's like, oh. I don't think Wendy was invited to the wedding either, which is
Oh no! I was like, she's right next door.
she's just like,
He doesn't know what he looks like. Rad and Frisky have to
Got
pay
it.
per plate for just the neighbor. Come on now.
come on. I mean, if Bluey and Bagel can be there, let Judo stroll in there. They played in the dirt. It's okay. We haven't
Cry
gotten there yet, though.
moment number 4.
Okay.
Is Leela coming with us?
Bro.
Put it on our Twitter the other day. Beth said they can't move because Leela and Blue
Are in the photos
are going to be
together.
friends forever and ever and ever. And again,
They can, though.
breathe. Me.
Oh.
Breathe. Shout out Greenie.
Uh-huh.
Flying through the sky.
Dude, like when I saw, like, it does the cut up, and then you just see Greenie floating. Chef's kisses everywhere, all the way.
And again, cry 5 through 7 falls throughout Washington's song there. The empty house. And then just Bandits standing there after the phone call. And then just ripping this. Oh my God. I'm
What's
hold
it
it
say?
together, Painter.
What's it say?
Ooh.
What's it say on the sign?
It says sold, but not anymore. Rip it off. Throw it to the ground. And then just
The-
Chili tackling him. So happy.
Dude, the tackle is good.
She was going to be on his side no matter what he chose. But that's what she wanted more than anything.
The look through an empty house like that is so
I do have to say, though,
tough.
I know the healers are happy they're not moving.
Is this ivory or what kind of wood is this on the?
I think the healers could have a case for a lawsuit against the sheepdogs because you can't back out that late into a sale. They, at the very least, are losing the deposit or the down payment. That is poor form, but it was the right thing to do.
So, I don't think we can do this alone. I would like to know.
Oh, I got one more thing. And before we close it out,
Don't stop, baby.
them credits, though.
I don't want to know
Them
what your
credits,
plug
though,
is
that
today.
climb to the top. It was just gorgeous.
So
It was just different and beautiful.
perfectly long.
This was
yeah.
one of the favorite things I've ever watched, full stop.
I think we've talked about it. Everything we've talked about 10 times probably today. The wait to even do this episode's called The Sign. I think it's Chili that says it, and it's like 5 minutes in. Like
It's like at the end of a normal episode, basically.
Holy guac! And then they drop it, and then you get that episode. And there's so many tidbits happening throughout it that are just amazing. They're like Stripe and Trixie arguing in the background about you shouldn't have said that one. You should have that for. And the fact that they wear bow ties because they don't wear clothes, so they're wearing bow ties. And
barely-
Bluey pulls things out of her back pocket. That's where she keeps her coin.
We barely touched on anything of the montage
Dude.
of the wedding, the Moore and Stripe scream laughing at each other.
Oh
the,
my gosh.
The lovely dance montage of callback. We'll get now. There's
Dance
gonna be
mode.
a part 2. There's gonna be a part 2 when we've had a chance to watch this a dozen more times.
It's gonna be a 2.5 part. It's gonna be 2 parts.
But hey, Mike,
Yeah.
I want to hear something from our sponsors quick, and then I have a crazy idea for us.
You don't want to hear my favorite thing? We already did that, didn't we? Dang. Huh. We should hear from other people then. Let's go to our sponsors first.
And then, we'll see.
Let's hear what the kiddos have to say, maybe.
Hey, Olivia, what was your favorite thing in The Sign?
It was is when socks need a wheat and when Nana got so excited about them having a baby.
Those were funny, but there was no baby, huh? Not yet. Hey, Emily, what was your favorite thing?
My favorite thing was at the very end when Dad took out the sign.
It was a very exciting moment. Hey, Emily, who was your favorite character in The Sign?
Frisky.
Frisky was very fun this episode. She kicked over the gnome. She was all over the place. She got a speeding ticket. That was a pretty funny Frisky episode. Hey, Olivia, who's your favorite character?
Bingo.
That makes sense. You are my little Bingo. So, of course, you like Bingo. Bingo all excited about moving until she realized what it meant. All right, well, thank you, too, for being on the podcast today. Do you want to say goodbye to all the nice people in podcast land?
Bye-bye, everybody in podcast land.
So, Finman, who was your favorite character? There were a lot of characters in that episode. Who was your favorite character of The Sign?
It was Bluey.
You liked Bluey?
Yeah. He was great.
Yeah?
Like Bingo.
Did you also like Bingo?
Yeah.
Yeah? What was your favorite part of the episode? There was a lot going on. There was a wedding. There was...
The dancing.
The dancing at the wedding?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Who was your favorite dancer at the wedding?
Everybody.
Everybody dancing? I like that.
Yeah.
Everybody
The
wants.
DJ Cookie.
The DJ was rocking out, right? Good job, Busker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emily, Olivia, Finman.
Oh,
That
gosh.
was epic. You guys are the best special guests.
We can't
in
do
the
it today,
history
man.
Of the world. This, just in closing,
Hey, Greg,
this show, yes,
finish your thought. And I apologize for cutting you off there because we're
This-
feeling feels.
show is something special.
Yeah.
This show has become such an important part of my family's life.
Yeah.
It's taught me so many things randomly about just parenting in general. And again, with everything that I'm going through right now that very much mirrors the situation, it taught me. I'm not saying a show about cartoon dogs made my decision on what I'm going to do, but it informed me a lot more and made me think the decision that I'm leaning strongly to is the right one. And it's just monkeys singing songs.
We'll see, dude. It's all good.
Not taking advice from cartoon dogs, but hot diggity, this was something special.
If you're ever sad, you can just watch Bingo and movies underneath a hand dryer. There you go. That's happiness right there. We're not moving. You're just selling the house. I don't know what it means.
You were about to say something, and I got all emotional on you.
Well, is it possible? Are you able to rank episode 153 of Bluey,
Part 1.
The Sign?
I gave this because I wrote it down because that's what I do. I gave it 7 healthy cries. The number of cries that I had throughout this 28 minutes of joy. Hey, Mike, how do you rank The Sign?
I rank The Sign 1 full motion picture of a wedding for Winton's dad. Cannot wait for that bold
Expand
prediction
that.
being true.
Expand that Blueyverse, please.
What are they serving for dinner at Winton's wedding? Winton's dad's wedding.
Oh, you know it's the
just
sausages.
Come on.
No more, no less. Thank you all
Holy
so
guac.
very, very, very much.
We're still figuring it all out.
We'll keep
It's all
it
good.
quick for plugs, friends.
Sure.
linktr.ee/watching Bluey. All
That's
the good
us.
stuff. P.O. Box 2372, Syracuse, New York 13220.
Thank you, everybody that sends us anything.
Appreciate you.
I got new stickers.
I got no Aussie plugs for you because I'll save that for 6 months from now.
Yes, this is.
But what I will plug is loving all of you beautiful people out there in the Blueniverse.
I'm so
We've
excited.
had so many people. I threw in there right before I came over here what we're doing and releasing this early way out. We got people so excited. Somebody made a comment. It was like, I was super bummed that the 2 Bandits weren't going to give us what they thought on this.
You got
for 6
us!
months.
Don't
No
you
way,
worry.
no how.
And we didn't hit all the things. I promise you, we're gonna find all the things we always do. But as of right now, it was 30 minutes of Bluey.
That was 30 minutes of Bluey. That's what 40 some odd minutes, 45-minute lovely episode. But it's The Sign, and we did it. and we gave it the time we needed.
I-
Only part 1 though, because we need a new part 2 eventually. Do you know why we need to do a part 2? Mikey, Miker Maynor, Miker Rudy and
Oh
Cheese.
my god, least favorite character. I'm sorry, he was just. It's gotta be done, man.
Gotta be done.